Hey fam, it's your man Dante, the Dark Knight, your host for Eagles Talk, the #1 Eagles coverage show on Facebook. That is by Eagles fans for Eagles fans. Now, as always, we start off with what you can do. Everybody has a job here. This is an interactive show. We, the hosts, we do our job, and you, the audience, you do yours. And let me tell you what a wonderful job you've done. Thank you for watching and supporting the show. We appreciate it. Now, first things first, make sure you share the show. Share it on your Facebook page as well as your other social media sites. Share it on Instagram, Twitter, anywhere and everywhere. And when you mention our show, make sure to throw in the hashtag Eagles Talk. Second, if you're watching and have not yet gone to our Facebook page and liked or followed the show there, make sure you do so right now. Again, thank you. There's been a lot going on, not with the Eagles, but with Eagles Talk. So, let me just share with you what's been going on. We are now on the World Wide Web. We now have a web presence, meaning our website is up. So you can go to www.eaglestalk.com and experience our new website. On there, you'll find a link to our latest YouTube episode. You'll find our audio podcast. That's something else we've done since the last time we've seen you. We have an audio podcast that can be found on the iOS platform as well as the Android platform. Just, searching your favorite podcast app. Go there. You can get it on our website again. But go to your favorite podcast app, download the podcast. No longer do you have to, expend all your attention when you check out the Eagles Talk program now. Now you could just throw the podcast on and listen as you vacuum or drive to work or whatever. So I think we made it easier for you guys to enjoy this experience called Eagles Talk by Eagles fans for Eagles fans. There's not been a lot happening in the Eagles world right now. It's been kind of quiet. So we're going to take the opportunity today to talk about, the Philadelphia sports scene that is very hot right now. And it all started with the Eagles Super Bowl win back in, February. And things have happened. Our Villanova Wildcats are in the NCAA men's basketball championship game this evening. Our Philadelphia 76ers are poised heading into the playoffs for the first time in a long time. The Phillies have started their season and everything is looking up for our Philadelphia, sports team. So we're going to get into that and talk about that. We'll talk about some other things, such as, the Eagles and who they may be interested in, who's left, who still are free agents. Who would you guys want to see that are still free agents out there? So we'll talk about that and all. I'm trying to stall because I'm looking at my co-hosts in the screen and they're not ready. So anyway, for the people who are listening for the first time on the podcast, the way this goes is we are just some passionate Eagles fans, myself and my two co-hosts, the Sandlin boys, Patrick and Shell, former collegiate football players, former semi-pro football players. So they know the X's and O's. And like myself, they are passionate Eagles fans. And like you guys, so they are passionate Eagles fans. So you're listening right now. What happens is this is a Facebook live show. So right now I'm looking at comments from Facebook and I'll be putting them on the screen. But for your guys' benefits, I'll be reading them out loud so you can be able to follow along on the audio podcast. And I see Miles Smith is there. I see Albert Allen, Tina Holden, cannabis. I can't pronounce it. I just say cannabis, but it's cannabisalis. He's out there. Viola, Athena. I see all you guys. Hey guys. And I'm going to get to you guys in just a little bit as soon as, Pat gives me the okay. But hey, look, since it's been a slow week, I'll share this with you. Since it's been a slow week, what has the Dark Knight been doing in a slow week since there's no Eagles to follow? And I'll tell you, I've been just making some observations. So bear with me as I share some of the observations, that I've made during the week that we've been away from you guys. Number one, I went to a funeral of a friend's mother passed away. Funeral, very somber time, but went to the funeral to pay my respects. And if you go to a black church, you understand that the ushers they are very wonderful, usually older women, very wonderful, kind people. But make no mistake, they are like the military police in there. They are very kind, and they'll usher you to your seat and things like that. But don't do anything out of the way, because they can turn into the military police very quickly. So I get to this funeral and I'm there a little late, and I come in behind about 3 or 4 people. So we go in, and the usher is starting to take us to the left. And I look to the left, and all the seats are taken to the left. So I glance over to the right, and I see a pew where there's spaces. So instead of following them to the left, I break off on my own and I go to the right to go to the empty spaces. Now, in hindsight, I should have known something was up when I heard the little old lady on the walkie-talkie say, "We got a runner. We got a runner." And I look up, and they're talking about me. So all eyes are on me now. And before I know it, the one old lady grabs my pinky, and boom, before I know it, I'm hemmed up against the wall, cause I want to go to it this way. Now, I'm a Christian and I'm saved, but it was at this point that I didn't feel very safe inside the house of Christ. I felt like I was about to be taken to be crucified, but a friend of mine saw my dilemma, and it got me freed from the church jail. So I was able to go there and sit down and have and enjoy the service. And at a Black funeral service, it's almost like a party, so to speak. We had good entertainment, and let's face it, I know it's a house of worship, but Black churches are sometimes it's entertainment. So we had Teddy Pendergrass up there singing the songs, and I just call him that because he had that raspy voice. You got what I need. So, so I'm enjoying everything, and everything's going great until some people come to sit next to me. And my question is coming up soon. So they sit down next to me. Now, on my left-hand side, I had a woman here with a pocketbook, and she has it staked in her seat, and it's like the border. It's like the U.S. border right here. Don't go past her pocketbook. You can't get past. The people come in. They kind of, inch me to the side. I can't get past the border because the pocketbook is there. She's saying, "This is my territory. Don't go past this." I'm trying to nudge it a little bit. She's not budging. So everybody sits down, and I'm like this. I'm squished on both sides. A little girl on this side, she's not pushing me, but she's suggestive. Like, "Could you move over?" I can't move over. I don't have any space. After 2 minutes of that, I get up. I finally say, "I can't take it." Go to the back of the church. I sit in a single chair. My question is, now we know church is a place of worship, but it's like entertainment. Why don't the church take a page out of other entertainment entities and adopt some of their principles? For number one, like a movie theater, they sit a lot of people, right? Like a stadium, they seat a lot of people. Why can't they have individual seats in a church? Why can't we have our own seat? Why can't everybody have their own personal space at church? And they can make more money. Think about it. They can sell seat licenses just like the people do at the Eagles, at the Lincoln Financial Field. Just sell seat licensing in church. We already pay 10%, right? So just charge a little extra so we can have our own seat and nobody has to be squished up. I go to the movies, and I'm willing to shell out the extra money to get preferred seating. I love that. I love to be able to go to the movie and not have to rush to get to the movie because I paid for my own individual seat. Nobody's going to sit in that seat. I would love to see the same thing at church. That's all I'm asking. Why can't we get individual seats at church? All right. Without further delay, I'm going to bring in my people. My co-hosts, the Sandlin boys, Pat and Shell Sandlin. What's up, guys?
Fly, Eagles, fly.
What's going on? What's going on?
What's up?
All right. Yo, guys. Everybody's out there. The usher flagged me. You're right, Tina. The usher flagged me.
You're supposed to walk through the church with your hand up like this, with your head down, like not looking. You're not supposed to walk like that.
I know. Yeah, you're right. I should have did this. Man, all right.
You gotta walk like this. Man.
Hold up first. Let me get you both in here. All right. Yeah, I didn't do that. I put my finger up, man. They had me.
You gotta walk like that, man.
I thought I was going to get crucified on Resurrection Sunday. I was.
You know the rules of our people's church. Cut that out, man.
Right. All right, guys. Look, let's just get this thing started. You know how it is. Everybody who's out there listening or watching on Facebook, you know how we do. You should right now have your favorite adult beverage in your hand, ready to go, because it's time for first quarter shots. You know what it is. Where's my?
No, I gotta say this before we do the first quarter shots. Shout out to Tina. She gave us some shot glasses.
Oh, I got him. You finally got him.
Yeah. And also, thank you, Tina. I got to do background, yes. And also, she getting some shot glasses made for us Eagles on there.
All right, let me get some of these comments up here.
Tina.
You're actually curving the amount of liquor that we intake now.
Look, Albert Allen says, wow, it's my time. Yeah, this is your time, Albert. Yeah, he's just joined this last program. I remember him, and he's ready this time. So, Albert, you got to tell us what you got there, man. What's your shot? What's your shot of choice here? I got to know it. And while we wait for him to post that, the usher gave me a flag.
Yeah. Oh, man. Patron lemon.
Chilled.
All right. Okay. All right. And I'm still drinking Bullet. It's in my favorite container here. I got it. So, we're going to do this and then, we'll get started on the first quarter. All right. Everybody pour. Oh, that was a left-hand pour. That was good. I'm ambidextrous when it comes to my alcohol. All right, here we go. All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3, bang. All right, first quarter is out of the way. And the first topic we have here was the Philadelphia sports scene, man. It's just hot right now, and it's all seemed to have stemmed from the Eagles Super Bowl win. Since this Eagles Super Bowl win, we've had some good things happen in the city of Philadelphia around sports, man. We've got the Philadelphia 76ers heading to the playoffs for the first time in a long time. I know the process is not complete, but seems like to be an accelerated process for me because I don't know if people expected us to make the playoffs. I think they had expected us to contend for the playoffs, but to make it and to do it in the fashion that we're doing, we're poised to win about 50 games. Nobody was foreseeing us to win 50 games in just, in this early stage of the process. So I think we accelerated, and you know me, I'm thinking we can win it all. We can win it all. I know. I'm thinking we can win it all, but you guys talk to me about and not only the Sixers, we have the Phillies started their season. Also, not very good results. Not very good results this first opening weekend. And we also have the Villanova Wildcats are in the championship game tonight. So talk to me a little bit about what you think about the Philadelphia sports scene right about now.
Well, I personally, I think it's them changing. You know, winning the Super Bowl has helped the city out a lot. It's the momentum of a championship that's been in 52 years in the running. I mean, listen, Villanova's back in the championship. The Sixers are back in the playoffs. The Flyers are back in the playoffs. Now we just got to get the Phillies on board. I believe Dave Kaplan is the Chip Kelly of the Philadelphia Phillies. Give him 2 years, get him out of there, and get a real coach in there, and I think they're going to take off. But I mean, it's too early to judge the Phillies, but right now, we're on a high of the Super Bowl championship, man. We're on a real high of the Super Bowl championship. It's affecting each and every single team.
I say it's what they say infectious. Mm-hmm. It's very infectious. Yeah. Embiid said it was amazing how energized he felt being at the parade for the Eagles. Mm-hmm. It made him want that feeling for the Sixers. Yeah. And you see the Flyers playing at a high level. The Sixers are poised to be a third seed. And then you look at Villanova. Villanova, nobody thought Villanova was going to be where they're at right now. They're playing for the national champion. That's 2 national champion games in 3 years. You know,
they blew Kansas out.
It was I turned the game on. I went to get a soda. I came back. It was 27-4. I said, the game's over.
Yes, definitely.
My nephew
man.
was like, "What you mean the game's over?" I said, "This is college basketball. It's 27-4. We might as well go to Nick's roast beef and get a sandwich. The game is over."
Yes, definitely, man. I'm especially encouraged by the Sixers, man, because I am, to see them make it. And again, I'm sorry, man. I know, but I'm the same guy who said we would go 13-3 and it'd be way before the season started. I just go out there with some of my predictions, but the Sixers, when they are on top of their game, when they keep the turnovers to a minimum, they can compete with anybody. I really do believe that. And I know the only thing that's holding them back in my eyes are their inexperience. That's the only thing. If they play near error-free basketball, meaning not the stupid turnovers, because they rank high in defensive efficiency. So they are a good defensive team. If they just take care of the ball, I think they have all the tools. With the signing of Ilyasova and Bellinini in the second half of the season, that's been key.
Bellinelli.
Bellinelli, whatever. All right, so with the addition of those two right there, I think that was key to propelling the Sixers to contenders to me, because now they have the shooting to surround the Ben Simmons, because we understand his outside shot is not where it needs to be at this point, but he is still an offensive threat, taking the ball to the basket and setting up his teammates. He is the second coming of Magic Johnson to me. I'm sorry.
You're right about that. Like, to see this guy, he's on a 12. He had 12 triple doubles this season, and it's just like he can get anywhere on the court when he wants to. And it'd be more dangerous for him to develop that outside jump shot. And you won't be able to defend him, actually. And Markelle Fultz, he actually looks pretty good.
I'm actually mad at him right now. He's the one that injured Embiid.
Well,
no,
about that. That's just freak. Things happen, and it's okay because his team is still playing pretty at a high level without Embiid, because they have a very easy schedule going down the clutch. They only need 4 games to get 50, and they're playing very good team basketball right now. And this is the time that we need Markelle to come in there and get his shots up, get his basketball legs under, and we don't need Embiid in there right now getting injured. Besides the orbital fracture he has, he's going to wear a mask, so give him what kind of mask.
Yeah. So did we hear anything about his timetable now that the surgery? He has 6 weeks.
They said 4 to 6 weeks.
Well, let's be real. A lot of these players in the league has had type of injury, and they have come back relatively short period of time because they can put the mask on. And when you can put that mask on, you're protected. So
I thought I heard like 2 to 4 since the surgery.
I heard he might miss the first game.
He's going to miss the first
game, not the first series, the first game.
Yeah, the first game.
It's a possibility they miss the first game, and he'll be back for the series.
I heard 6 weeks.
He's not going to
I heard 6 weeks too, but that was before surgery.
I heard 4 to 6 weeks.
Yeah.
I heard it from Mike Missinelli last Wednesday.
Yeah, that was before surgery. I'm talking about.
Yeah, it's Monday.
Yeah. I've heard, this weekend he had the surgery. So after the surgery, I've been hearing 2 to 4, closer to 2. So that would be like what Pat said, because the playoffs starting just under 2 weeks right now. So yeah, maybe the first game.
Go back to my source.
Who's better on paper right now, the Eagles or the Rams?
The Rams could have that paper championship. You want the real thing. You see that behind us, right? You see that behind us. That's what we want. We contend for the Eagles. They can.
Hey, you like a new flag, man?
Yeah, we did that paper thing for a while. We were winning those paper championships too, but it's just a nicer feeling when you trade in those paper championships for the real thing. So
yes,
I'll take the real thing. I got a timer here today, so we're not going to be going over our quarter allotments here, so we're going to go right into the second quarter here.
Okay, boy.
We're going to go right into the second quarter.
Hold on to that, sir.
I got you, man.
Look at that. We don't play here. All right, so we don't play here. We're going to talk about a little bit about the Villanova. We're going to talk about Villanova and their chances tonight, and then we're going to move into our beloved Philadelphia Eagles. Not a lot happening, so we got a little chance to talk about other sports teams. So, all right, here we go. Second round. 1, 2, 3. Let's do it. And to get back to Albert's thing, he's doing Henny. He's drinking Henny. All right, just for the folks out there.
Let's get rid of all of our draft picks and get
all right, here goes Barkley. He started already.
Saquon Barkley, right now.
There we go. Second quarter shot. See, this is what happens when you get to the second quarter so fast. All right. Let me start. All right. Look, I saw, what did I see, yesterday? And it almost had me, April Fool's.
Oh, yeah.
We traded Nick Foles in our first round pick for, I forget who it was.
Odell Beckham Jr.
Odell Beckham, yeah. And they almost had me. And I was like,
had me too. No, yo, I sent him a comment. Is this real?
Yeah, that almost had me, man. So Villanova in the championship game tonight, man. It's incredible. If they pull this off tonight, that will be their second championship in 3 years. Mm-hmm. Are you kidding me? 2 Philadelphia championships in 3 months. Are you kidding me?
That's 5. That's 5. Everybody forgets about arena football. I played arena football. Can we get some love?
Oh, all right. I'm sorry.
I'm a little upset, man. Everybody, I played arena football too. You know what I mean?
All right. Okay, Shell. Calm down. See, that's what 2 shots. That's what 2 shots will do for you in a short period of time. All right. All right. So that it'll legitimately make us a city of champions.
5
city of champions. Okay. All right. So that's what you're trying to say, Shell.
Yes.
We're legitimately a city of champions if Villanova pulls this off. That'll be 5 champions in what?
3 years.
In 3 years. Okay. All right. I'll give you that. I'm a 4 for 4, but I'm a 5 for 5. I'm even a 6 for 6. I even watched the soccer. I'm a 6 for 6. All right. Okay. So Villanova tonight, man, they look excellent. Like you said in that Final Four game. It was over before it began. I mean, when their 3-point shot is dropping, it's just like, it's no stopping them. And they show the fortitude even when their shot is not falling, that they can win a game. You know what I'm saying? Cause they had that, dilemma, in the quarterfinals and where their 3-point shot was not dropping like that, but they still, mustered up a win. I see them winning tonight. That's what I say. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you now.
Okay.
For a second, yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
so go ahead.
I actually see it's going to be a competitive game. Michigan always come out there. They play tough game. They're part of Big Ten. So any team that's part of Big Ten. Shout out to the Penn State Nittany Lions winning the NIT championship. We do got champions here. We did beat Ohio State to let you know that. But anyway, yeah. So I really do believe Villanova has what it takes to win. But it's going to be a very tough battle with Michigan. Michigan is a team that you don't take too lightly. I guess Kansas thought they was going to roll over Villanova because they had a bigger team. But at the end of the day, Villanova is made to shoot. And they're made to shoot. If you don't come out there and guard them, they're going to make you pay. And we see what happened. It was a blowout.
Yeah, definitely that, man.
The first 4 minutes of the game, they were like 17 for 12. It was ridiculous.
It was 12 for 17.
12 for 17. Yeah, it was ridiculous.
Shell got them making more shots than they took. It was 17 for 12. They made 5 more shots than they took. That's how hot they were. Philly, baby. Iverson. Oh, okay. Albert Allen says Iverson is from his hometown. Oh, you from Virginia? Okay, that's what's up. Newport News from down that way. Don't think I don't know about that. My brother stayed there for a little while. Don't think I don't know about that. But yeah, I like Villanova tonight, man. We can't
overlook Michigan though. Like I said before, they're a very tough team. There's a reason why they're in the championship game right now. They play very good defense and they score the ball up and down the court. So We got to come out there with our A game. We can't come out there and say, "Oh, we got this in the bag." We got to come out there and really play these guys.
Well, I feel confident that that's what they'll do. Hey, look, when those two shots that close together got me Bellanini and all. And I'm trying to, you know what I'm saying? The only thing I'm not going out on it. Oh, I guess I did say something really crazy like the Sixers can win the championship.
Hey, listen, that's crazy.
That was pre-shot. That was
when you in the playoffs. When you get to the playoffs, it's all. We can beat Cleveland. We can beat Boston. We can beat Washington. We can beat the teams in the East that get to the championship. Now, the thing about us getting to the championship is we're going to end up facing some of these stronger teams out the West.
Yeah, like
and
Houston,
who comes out the West?
Houston,
will be the Rockets or will be the Warriors.
Yeah.
We match up better with the Rockets, believe it or not, than we do the Warriors. But we also can marry with the Warriors. So, I mean.
All right. So I think y'all dropped for a second. All right, we'll put y'all back up here. Bam. All right. You guys are back. Can you hear me? All right. I don't hear you. You're kind of frozen. All right.
I don't know what that was.
They dropped again. All right. So I'll wait for them to come back on. All right. So, and here they are. They are coming back. You guys hear me? Nod your head if you can hear me. All right. Okay. All right. I'm going to bring you back on. All right. So we do this show via internet. So, can you guys hear me now?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. You guys are back. All right. Here we go. Let me get to some comments. The comments are not coming up. I don't know what the heck is going on. I don't know what it is. Let me
I think that judge in Texas is doing something against us.
Yeah, that may be the judge in Texas. I'm gonna refresh this page right quick.
Yeah, I think that's a judge in Texas, man. It's making us. It's putting us, investigating us.
Yeah, right.
We got Super Bowl behind us.
All right, here we go. I'm back. Let me see if no, still not. I'm still not getting the comments. All right. Anyway, I'll have to read the comments because they're not showing up. All right, Houston not making the finals. They're talking about that's the Rockets. Houston not making the finals. They don't think the Rockets are making the finals. Oh my goodness!
They got the best record in the NBA.
Yeah, I don't know. I can see that because James Harden is not proven in the playoffs. So sure. I guess that's a big question mark. He always kills in the regular season, but he comes up very short in the playoffs. So we'll see if that changes now that he has CP3 beside him. But I can see why you might think about that. Nova by double digits, Dennis King says. Maybe. I mean, I'm hoping. I hope we can, it's like that and that we can celebrate and be partying during this game tonight. Villanova by double digits will be great. Very great. All right. So there's not been a lot of Eagles, news, but we do have some things to talk about. And one of the things that we like to talk about in this next quarter, third period is out of the free agents that are still available, who would you guys like to have? Who do you think could fill some of the holes that we still have on this team? Maybe like at running back since we lost LeGarrette Blount, at linebacker, we have still a couple of tight end. We still need a tight end after we lost Burton. I know we have Billy Brown, but we could use a veteran tight end, and there's some veteran guys out there. So we're going to go into, as soon as we get these guys back on here, we're going to go into, who you would like to see the Eagles maybe pick up that are still available in the free agency, list. So as soon as they come back, we're going to go to the third quarter. But in the meantime, Dennis is out there. Let me just see this. Miles Smith, CP3 hasn't done anything in the playoffs. You're right. I agree with that. Dennis King would like to see Eric Reed. Yeah. Miles Smith, we need a punter. Yeah, you're right. We do need a punter. Donnie Jones has given us the luxury of not having to worry about a punter for so long. But yeah, we need a punter, with his, retirement. Corey Robinson, would you guys consider trading for Gronk? Maybe we can get him for a first and a fifth. Gronk, I don't know. Gronk he's a specimen, a fine specimen. What we have, for a first and a fifth, I think I don't think we need to trade to get Gronk when we got Ertz. Not for such a high price. If we didn't have a starting quality tight end, maybe, but, all right. That's the end of that. All right. So.
Yeah. Sorry about that, guys.
All
that
right,
was the judge in Texas.
No, we don't want Gronk at that price. Dennis King says, I can't get the comments up on the screen. I don't know what's going on with the app or the website.
I told you it's a judge, man. It's a judge from Texas, man.
Yeah, it is the judge. All right, but anyway, timer's going off. It's time for the third quarter, so get your shots ready. We're going to talk about, I've already introduced to the crowd what we're going to be talking about in the third quarter.
Yeah. I'm ready about it.
Here we go. Third quarter shots. I wonder if my agenda coming up. Let me see right here. All right.
Well, your agenda might not come up, but your shots are up.
All right, yeah, let's do this. 1, 2, 3, bang.
Listen, I would like to see us go after the punter that was released from the Raiders, King.
All right, free agents still available. So
yeah.
I'm going to let you talk about that for a second. I'm going to dip out. I'll be right back. So go ahead. Who would you like to see that's left out there, Pat? Who would you like to see us maybe go after?
Who's left out there? I would definitely want to see us go after Marquis King. He's a good punter. He has a little swagger to himself, and you could put him in different situations. We just need somebody to punt the ball. Really, we don't need no fakes or anything like that because we got a pretty good defense. I would like to see us go after him, probably get some more cheap. We do need a tight end. Tight ends that are available are pretty much older statesmen of the leagues. You have Mercedes Lewis, Antonio Gates. I would like to see us bring back Britt Sellett. But you also have a guy like Julius Thomas, who before he was released was one of the better tight ends in the league. Once he went to the Jaguars, he became he wasn't that good of a. I don't know, they didn't utilize him or he didn't play up to the standards that he used to be. But Julius Thomas could be actually a beast of a tight end if he can play back up to the standards before he went to Jacksonville. And that's pretty much all the free agents. That's only two guys I can see that we can go after. I'm not interested in anybody else really. Maybe we can trade for somebody, a la get rid of the first round pick we have and pick up Odell Beckham. I know that's never going to happen. But Julius Thomas, the tight end, because we do need a third tight end, would be probably a good value pick, a free agent pick for us. What do you think, Chef?
I think I would like to get, even though he's older, a little longer in the tooth, I'd like to get Mercedes Lewis, man. I like to get.
That's a name that's not bad.
I like to get. You know why? Because he can run the H-back routes. He's somebody that can line up in the slot. He's still a tight end. So on goal line situations.
But you know what? He doesn't have that speed like he was before. He's more or less he's a brick seller. He's a brick seller.
Yeah, he still can jump out the gym. He's still
7. You better jump.
Yeah, I'm saying he can still do the curl route. He can still do the up route.
Listen, your number one tight end is Zach Ertz right now.
I understand.
Billy Brown is going to be a very good tight end in this league. Trust me, he's going to be a very good tight end.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
All right. Somebody asked, I'm going to let you answer this. Somebody asked, what do you guys think about Julius Thomas?
Well, I just addressed that. I think he's actually I think he's an asset that we can go after. I mean, he didn't play up to the expectations that he did in Denver when he came to Jacksonville. But if he does play up to those expectations, I mean, he'd be an excellent fit in our system. He's a guy. He can get open. He can do the same exact thing Ertz can do.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. He's a big body.
He's a big body. He's a big body. About 6'5", 6'4", 6'5", I think he is. And he's pretty good. He's pretty good out the slot. He's pretty good blocking. He does it all. And I think he's an asset that wants to change the narrative on where his career is going. Because right now his career has been going down the drain. And in Jacksonville, like I say, he didn't live up to those standards that he had in Denver. So he's not going to command that much money like he would have if he had outstanding.
He needs to go somewhere and just rehab his whole situation.
Yeah.
All right. Jeremy T. Smith says Lewis. Nope. Albert Allen says Thomas. I agree. Will definitely fit in. He likes Julius Thomas. Corey Robertson says Marquette King was making $3 million in Oakland. We can't pay him that here. I think Cam Johnston is who we have now is capable. I can't get these comments on. I'm kind of frustrated, but anyway, Dennis King says, Julia Thomas fell off once he left the Broncos. I think he would be a good asset if he came to Philly and play in our system. Let me just list a couple of free agents that are out there at the tight end spot. We said Julius Thomas, Mercedes Lewis. Antonio Gates is a free agent. Wow. Okay. But he's 37. I don't think
he's definitely long in the tooth.
Yeah.
Michael Rivera, Anthony Fasano, 33.
What? No.
Well, because with everything else, we have to think about price also. So we got to think about need and price. We can use another Brett Sellett type, meaning a good blocker with a little hands, and it's affordable. I don't know how affordable.
You can pick one up in the draft. I'm saying
definitely that. Julius Thomas, I don't, he's a pass catcher. Definitely that.
I got something.
He'll definitely help us on that. But I think we have a pass catcher in Billy Brown. Am I mistaken here, Pat? Billy Brown has good hands. I think we have a pass.
He was a wide receiver. He was a wide receiver coming out of college, and he won the highest award for a wide receiver in Division II level. He was 6'4" and 250 at the time, and he was dominating Division II as a receiver.
All right, so my thing is, we got two tight ends with hands. We still need a blocking tight end. So maybe we're not looking for the most dynamic pass catching tight end out there. Maybe we're looking to somebody that can fill Brett Selleck's role on the team, which was an excellent blocker in the situations that he were in the game. Another position that we have that we need to look at is running back, right? We still need a running back. Let me give you some names of running backs that's out there, and you tell me if you guys are interested or not. DeMarco Murray, 30 years old. He's out there. Our very own Darren Sproles is out there, 34 years old. Alfred Morris is out there, 29 years old. Adrian Peterson is out there, 33 years old. Thomas Royals is out there. Thomas Royals, Arlene's Darkwa, Terrence West, Shane Vereen, Andre Ellington, Jamar Charles, 31 years old. And down near the bottom of the list, we got Eddie Lacy, Cedric Pearman, Ken John Barner, our very own. So we have some people down there. I'm understanding that I'm frozen on the screen, but you guys can hear me, I guess.
Yeah.
All right. So that's funny. I'm not frozen on the screen. You guys are not frozen either. All right.
Yeah. You know what? I say this right now, as far as running back wise, I think we're set because, I don't know if we're going to get rid of Smallwood or not. He might be in camp with us. But if you look at our running back situation, we have Ajayi, we have Clement, we have Humphrey, and we have Smallwood right now to sign 2 contracts. You might end up bringing back Sproles at a treat price after he's finished his rehab. And you might draft a running back. I mean, Darius Geis, I see Corey Robinson put up a comment about
that too.
What do you think about Darius Geis at number 32? I think Darius Geis is an excellent running back. The truth be told, I think Darius Geis is actually a better performing running back than Saquon Barkley. But overall, Saquon Barkley is a better running back, period, because he brings a lot of different intangibles. But Darius Geis is a power back, a speed back, and he could do the same things as Saquon Barkley. But there's some running backs in this draft that's going to fall to us that we have an opportunity to, pick up in the later rounds. Sure.
All right, go ahead, Shell.
All right. As far as tight ends go, I'm surprised Patrick being a Penn State alum.
I was going to say Mike
Gostkowski.
I'm sorry.
All right. He's an
Every name is a tongue twister after 3 shots. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
He's an individual, 6'4", 6'4", almost 6'5". Ran a good time at his weight. A mid 4.5 time. He's a pass catcher and he's a blocker. He's definitely a blocker, being as though he played in the Big Ten. He's somebody that's would have probably slipped to the second day. He's an individual that I would go after. He could definitely play in our system on this level. As far as running backs go, and I know y'all say that I've been drinking too much and I'm crazy and this and that, but once again, I would definitely trade Nick Foles. He's trying to slide up to get Saquon Barkley, man. We are in the toughest division in the NFL. We already play against Ezekiel Elliott twice. To play against Ezekiel Elliott and then play against Saquon Barkley twice a year. Four games a year, you're playing against probably 2 of the premier running backs in the league in their prime because they're young. Not to say that I don't have any confidence in our defense, but why do that? Why? Why not go after that guy and have him on your side?
Why?
Listen,
Why? What are you going to give up for him, Sal? All right. I'm going to entertain you for a second here.
All right.
Let me hold up. Let me read this up.
I just want to get one thing. I want to realize something, all right? We had the number 32 pick in the NFL draft, right? Mm-hmm. To get up to number 2 when we got Carson Wentz, we gave up a boatload from 13 to get to number 2.
Did we not since that win the Super Bowl?
Wait, listen. Can I finish?
All right.
Can I finish? We are at 13 at that particular time. If we're at 32, we had to get up to get to number 1 or number 2 in this draft? I'm asking.
All right, let me hear what Dark Knight has to say.
That means you got to get up the next 2 years.
I'm going the same place. I'm going the same place. You just made my case. You said right. we went up from 13 to number 2 to get Carson Wentz, right?
And we get a
boatload of other picks too. We had to package together to get up to number 2.
Okay.
To get Carson Wentz. And what did you just tell me the results was of that?
We won a Super Bowl.
We won a Super Bowl.
Without
who? Without who?
I like that.
We didn't have Saquon Barkley. We won a Super Bowl. We already moved up to get the person that we need to win a Super Bowl. Our whole purpose of moving up to get that franchise quarterback was to win a Super Bowl. And
we've done that, man. I'm gonna take a shot to that. Listen. I'm gonna take a shot to that.
And we've done it, but in all reality, Shell, we don't have the assets or I don't think that we should give up the assets that it would take for us to move up to get Saquon Barkley. Nick Foles by himself is not worth his weight in gold right now, or you would have seen a better offer made for him when they had an opportunity to trade for him. Nick Foles is not as valuable as you may think. Nick Foles and a bag of chips is not going to get us up. That's the third quarter. It's not going to get us up to number 2. We had to be at number 13 to get up to get Carson Wentz. We were at 32. We would have to give him Nick Foles, the 32 pick, probably next year's first round pick. We would have to give up a lot to get up there, and I just don't think that a running back is worth it, especially when we had the third best rushing attack in the league.
He's not just a running back. He's a generation.
He's frozen on me. Oh, my goodness. All right, so look. Guys,
I was saying he's a generation.
Let me interject for a second, okay?
All right.
Last year, the Eagles, we won a Super Bowl without a number 1 running back, right?
Right.
The year before that, the Patriots and the Falcons didn't have a number 1 running back.
Correct? The Patriots had the number 1 rushing running back and they had the playoff history.
Attack
with LeGarrette Blount. And we had that same.
They had 3 running backs.
And we had that same.
Deion Lewis, James White, and LeGarrette Blount. Who won the Super Bowl?
James White won the Super Bowl. He had a playoff game where he had over 200 yards rushing.
All right, let me read some comments. I can't get them up on the screen, but let me read a couple comments, guys. Hold up. Bob Thompson, absolutely.
What up, Bob?
Shell, cut it out. He's laughing at you. He's telling you to cut it out, Shell. Shell, people out there. Eddie says Barkley won't happen. You are creating a hold up. Why can't I see that? You're creating a market for Foles that does not exist. Exactly. Tell him, would you? There's no market for Foles. Nobody's giving up the number 2 pick to get Foles. All right. Anyway, Corey Robertson says Peterson runs running back by committee. Another point I made in previous episodes when Shell has had too many shots and made this claim before. But you're right. Corey says Peterson runs running back by committee. So no point of getting Barkley. He's not going to be as valuable here. Barkley is a cowbell type of running back. He can carry the ball 25 times a game.
35
We don't
times.
give anybody the ball 20. If you get the ball 18 times a game on our team, you've gotten it a lot of times. We just don't do that. He runs running back by committee. He would be a waste here. He would be a waste. We even have, I think Barkley, we have a cowbell running back in Ajayi, and Ajayi doesn't get the ball that much. He was pounding the rock a lot for Miami before he got here. And when he got here, he had to abide by our running back by committee, and it works. We win the Super Bowl. It works.
Corey Clement and Jay Jai right now has chemistry together right now. They have a good chemistry right now. One is a third down back who could play first, second, and third down. All
right. Wait. Let's stop that. We got fourth quarter shots.
Yeah, we do. I got them already made up for us.
All right. So I'm scared to give Shell his because I'm afraid to hear what he may say in the fourth quarter. But I'm definitely going to put it out there. I'm going to ask him personally his thoughts. But anyway, let's do this. Let's do this fourth quarter shot. 1, 2, 3, down the hatch. Okay. Corey Robinson says no, he's not. He's going to shock. I think he thinks Barkley is overrated. He thinks Barkley is overrated.
Well, I don't
and he also thinks Corey Robinson says I think Ajayi should be our guy. He's only 24. Y'all acting like the brother's 30. Yeah, no, Ajayi's a good shape. I like Ajayi. I always look for him to get a lot more carries as the season went on. I thought they held him back because of his not being familiar with the playbook. But once he was here long enough, then I finally wrapped my head around the fact that they're just not going to give one running back 20 to 25 carries. They're not going to do it. So I bought into the fact that we just run running back by committee. Eddie says, is the reason why Murray is not an option is because his lack of performance under Chip Kelly. He's talking about DeMarco Murray because he's one of the free agent running backs. Can
I speak on that?
Go ahead. Sure. Go ahead.
All right. Being as though I played position before and I coach running backs and linebackers, you have different type of athletes that do extremely well in different type of systems. You got quick twitch athletes that do well in shotgun. You got real strong athletes that play running back that do real well in a downhill formation, which is a 1-back or a 2-back set. Murray's the type of individual that needs a blocker in front of him, pick his hole in which to go. Him being in a shotgun system is not going to be productive for him, and it's not going to be successful for him going forward. So he wouldn't do well in this system. But if he went to somewhere like, let's say, the Steelers or maybe Baltimore, where they tend to run at least 40% of the time with a fullback or a 1-back set, he would do extremely well. So he wouldn't do well in our system just because of the way the offense is set. It has nothing to do with him as an individual. It's just that certain type of athletes do well in certain type of schemes.
I say this. I just want to say this. I don't want Murray back here. I mean, when you complain to the owner because you're not getting enough touches, I don't want you back here, dude. Like I said,
personally, he's soft, but I'm not talking about that.
It's a lot of running backs that's coming in this draft.
I was just talking about the athletic terms.
It's a lot of running backs that's coming out this year in this draft that we can look at, like Perry, the running back from San Diego State, Bro Scobo, the running back from Alabama. He's just like He's just like Garrett Blunt. The only thing about it, he runs upright.
He runs like Henry. He runs Henry like Henry. He runs upright.
All right, those guys. All right, he's freezing up on it. Let me read a comment. Guys, you kind of froze up. Let me read a comment. No, Corey Robinson says, no, Murray isn't an option because he didn't want to be in Philly. He was traded under Peterson and not Kelly. He would have been the guy, but he demanded a trade. And I agree with that. I do understand his frustration because under Kelly, he came here, he expected to get the ball, in a certain, to take advantage of his skill set. And they never did. Kelly never, ran the, plays that would fully take advantage of what Murray does best. Now, Peterson, on the other hand, I think if he would have stuck around, but he didn't have any confidence in Peterson. Who did have any confidence in Peterson when he was first named coach? We didn't know what to expect from him. Now, though, he may be open to coming here because he understands, if he's been watching or paying attention, but we know that Peterson is a person that would take advantage of what you do best. So Murray would probably be a good fit here, right now. And he probably would have a little bit more confidence in Dougie Fresh now that he's seen us, win a Super Bowl championship under him. But, I see what you're saying, Corey. Corey's saying he doesn't want him back for the same reason Pat said, because he wanted out in the first place. So. Yeah,
man, listen, you wanted out. He wanted out here. He's like, why are you bringing me here? And he's wanted the money. He's just like Anani Asawa. Like, come on, dude. I don't want you here. I don't want you
I don't
here.
know. I don't know if that was the case or he was more frustrated at the fact that Chip Kelly was so bullheaded that he would not use him in the manner that he would flourish the best. And that was between the tackles. He kept running them wide and, to the outside, which is not his game. And I know that's frustrating.
And that's exactly what I was talking about. He's not that type of athlete. He has straight speed. He doesn't have quickness. So it's two different types. Like I said, two different types of athletes.
He kind of runs like Blunt. I mean, he runs the same plays that benefit Blunt the most.
But he's not as powerful.
Would flourish in it.
Yeah, he's not as powerful. He's definitely not as powerful.
Let's think about that. Blunt is a guy who's 250 or 260 that will carry 2 or 3 different linemen.
He's a punishing back. He's a punishing back.
Murray is a speed guy. He's more or less a speed guy. And that's what they used him in Tennessee for. Was a change of pace. You had Henry come in there. You pound him, you put Murray in there and get him out outside. You don't.
All right, we got a comment from Andre Singleton who says, exactly. He didn't want to play in Philly. We don't need him. Eric Johnson says, Bo Scarborough will fit good in with Philly. Who's Bo Scarborough? Oh, somebody else mentioned him too. Bo Scarborough.
Yeah, he's a running back. He's a running back from Alabama. He was a beast last year. Not this year.
He reminds me of Henry. He's a little faster.
Not this year in the national championship, but last year in the games leading up to the national championship, he killed Ohio State. Like when I say he ran over Ohio State, he ran over Ohio State.
He wasn't that bad.
Ohio State fan. Yeah, he ran over you.
He had a good game. It wasn't.
You see how those buttons are going up your chest?
Yeah,
that's how he ran on Ohio State. right up the chest, like them buttons, like right all up in there. All right, Corey Robinson said, "Y'all may get mad. Let's listen to what he says. He said, y'all may get mad, but I don't want Sproles back." Ooh. Peter said uses Sproles to a fault instead of a weapon. Ooh, I can see you saying that, but I don't know if he would do that now because he's experienced some success of not having Sproles. I don't think Sproles comes back and Peterson relies on him so heavily. I think he had in his first year.
Yeah, Sproles was an asset to the kick return and punt return department. You see, we struggled in those.
We did not struggle. Clement did a superb job in kickoff return, and he did okay in punt return.
Stop. Let me finish. Okay?
Did we turn any balls on?
Let me finish.
Did we turn any balls on?
Can you let me finish?
All right. We didn't turn any.
You let me finish. I'm gonna let you finish, but let me finish. All right. All right.
Finish.
So we had Keon Barner, and Corey Clement as our dual guys back there, right? Right. And since Sproles went down, we didn't have any significant punt returns. We had a couple good kick returns. We didn't have no significant punt return at all. He affected the punt return game in such a great capacity that teams had the game plan to punt the ball out of bounds or punt the ball towards the line of scrimmage just for him. They didn't do that when we had Keon Barter back there and Corey Clement. They didn't do that at all.
Well, I say Clement has replaced Sproles' duties in the offense. I don't think we have found an adequate replacement for Sproles' skills as a special teamer. I don't think we've replaced that. But I think what Corey was saying is that he used them too much in the offense, and I could see why he did it in the first year, because he was lacking some talent in that area, so he had to rely a little bit more on Sproles. But I think now that we have more talent in the running back and the receiver position, that we would not have to depend on, and that's it for the fourth quarter.
I got to throw a flag. I got to throw a flag.
What's that?
I just read one comment by Corey Robinson, and I want to throw a flag on you, good brother, because you said bring back Huff. Huff was a good player. Huff is suspended for the first 4 games. We're not bringing back a player that's suspended by the NFL for the first 4 games for enhancement penalty. No, we're not bringing him back at all. So I'm throwing a flag on you, my friend.
And for that reason too, I would have to agree with you. But I wouldn't been had he not been suspended, I might have agreed with Corey there, because I
would probably agree with him too. But at the same time, suspended. I'm not taking that chance. We already got Lane Johnson. We don't need another guy that's on the juice.
Hey, he's not on the juice no more. Hey, he's not on the juice no more.
All right, look, that was the end of the fourth quarter. I'm just going to read a couple more comments. I'm sorry, guys, I was not able to get your comments on screen. Something was wrong with the software here today, so I'm doing a lot of reading. What's up, Tyrone? Joined and said, "What's up, fellas?" What's up, Tyrone? Christopher Burton says Sproles is a situational player. What's up, Christopher? We haven't seen you until now. Huff was a good special teams player, says Corey Robinson. I agree with that, but unfortunately he's suspended again. Andre Singleton says Clement filled in Sproles' role. Exactly. That's what I feel. He has he's Sproles' role as far as in the offense itself. He's the guy that catches out of the backfield now. He's an excellent he picks up the blitz excellently, and he's a good runner too. So I mean, people have not given him the credit that he deserves in that Super Bowl by having 100 yards receiving. That was big.
Give him all the credit in the world.
That touchdown was big. That 45-yard gain that set up the Philly was big. He should have scored.
Yeah,
he should have scored. But so I think we're okay on that tip. We do need another running back, and it just may be Sproles on a veteran minimum contract. So we'll stay tuned and see what happens there. Guys, that's going to bring us to the end, man. Everybody out there, thank you for tuning in. Remember to share this show on your page and tell everybody about it. And now we have a presence on the World Wide Web. Just go to our website at www.eaglestalk.com, and you will find a link to our latest YouTube episode. And this episode right here will be uploaded to YouTube no later than Wednesday. It will be in its audio podcast form by tomorrow. It'll be on iTunes and on your favorite podcast app and on our website. So if you want to go to our website to listen to the podcast, you can do that also. So this is a new format now. We'll be appearing before you guys every Monday at 5:00. So you don't have to ask, and you can tell your friends now. When does Eagles Talk come on Facebook Live? We come on Mondays at 5 p.m. I'm on spring break. The season is really messing with me. I'm all clogged up and everything. I gotta go get some more allergy medicine, and get this thing broken up. You guys enjoy the Villanova game tonight. I'm going to enjoy it, man. And we'll see you guys here, next Monday at 5 p.m. For Shell, Pat, and myself, Dante the Dark Knight, we're out. Peace.
Peace.
ENTLESE